Hey friends, what is up and welcome back to the Loosely Bound YouTube channel. Today I've got a book recommendation for you guys. It's something that I just finished reading and I didn't really have super high expectations for this book, but it totally blew me out of the water. So I wanted to make a quick video just recommending it to you guys and going over what it is about. But before we get into all of that, if you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button and that notification bell so that way you can get an alert whenever new videos come out, because I would totally love to hang out with you guys more on this channel. So the book recommendation that I have for you guys today is Identical by Ellen Hopkins. Ellen Hopkins really got a lot of recognition for a book that she wrote when I was in high school, so years and years ago. It's called Crank and it's about a girl that gets hooked on meth, and it's just really raw, really dark, and really just truthful. It hits you in a really heavy way because you can tell just how raw and true that story is. Not that the story is true necessarily, but it handles a lot of true issues and problems that a lot of people don't like to talk about because they are so dark and kind of disturbing. So I read Crank in high school and I absolutely loved it. And from there I've read quite a few other Ellen Hopkins novels, and some were pretty good and some were not so good, but I always feel like they're gonna be fine, you know? So when I picked up Identical, I thought it was going to be good, but I didn't realize how good it was going to be. This is hands down the best Ellen Hopkins novel I've ever read, and I didn't even know that she had it in her to write this way. This was amazing. So like all of Ellen Hopkins novels, it does deal with a really raw subject. In this case, it is dealing with sexual abuse to a child. So I feel like this is almost the most intense subject matter that Ellen Hopkins has talked about, because it's just really like sickening to read about and to visualize. So I definitely want to put out a warning if anyone is affected by those subjects. This might not be the book for you, but I like that it is bringing these hard topics to the forefront of people's minds and kind of confronting people into dealing with them, because unfortunately heavy drug use, child molestation, child prostitution, things of that nature do really happen. So I like that Ellen Hopkins has the guts to even talk about these subjects in her story. With Identical, we are dealing with two twin sisters, and the story is going back and forth from Rayanne's point of view and Kaylee's point of view. So each chapter is told from a different twin's perspective. They have an absentee mother because she's running for Congress, so she's not spending a lot of time in the house and doesn't really want to deal with any of her family drama because it's going to look bad for her election. And their father is an alcoholic, so they're dealing with that, and he is also the one that is abusing one of the twins. Both of the twins are handling these situations in different ways. One has almost detached herself from any friendships or good relationships that she could have because she just feels so damaged by everything that's happened to her. And the other twin is handling it by going out, getting messed up, using drugs, drinking, hooking up with all these random people just to kind of get her out of her mind and out of her body for a little bit, so she doesn't really have to handle these issues and can just kind of avoid them. But what really made Identical the best book that Ellen Hopkins has ever written was the ending. I did not see this book ending the way it did, not even for a second. So when I actually got to the part at the end where the conclusion is all coming together, I was reading alone in my living room and I audibly gasped, I cursed out loud, and I had to stop. I was like, whoa, I cannot believe Ellen Hopkins did that. Like, I knew she was a good author, but this was something that I just never saw coming from her. This was really amazing and brilliant. After I finished reading Identical, I immediately put a Goodreads review up and I texted all of my friends that like to read and recommended it to them, because I was like, look, I know this is dark and it seems like a topic that you may not want to read about, but it is so worth it because this book was freaking amazing. And it really deals with so many other things other than just the sexual abuse that's happening in the household. There's so many different elements to Identical, and I just have never seen anything like it from Ellen Hopkins. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. Like I said, I do have a full review there, so I'll post my Goodreads in the description box down below if you guys want to be friends on Goodreads as well. But I really, really recommend that you guys check out this book, because even though it is dealing with a really hard topic, it is just such an amazing ending. The ending makes all of the bits of the uncomfortable tension that you feel while reading Identical so beyond worth it. One other thing I do want to mention is that Ellen Hopkins is kind of known for being a young adult author, and while I guess this is technically a young adult book because our main characters are 16 or 17, I would not put this in a young adult section or even recommend that any young teens, preteens, definitely not preteens, oh god, I would definitely recommend this to like an 18 and up audience, because it is really heavy material and it does get kind of graphic in more ways than one. So I would definitely not recommend lending this book out to your younger siblings, kids, cousins, anything like that. I would definitely keep it on like an 18 and up spectrum. So if you guys have read Identical, let me know what you think in the comments down below, or also just let me know what your favorite Ellen Hopkins book is, because I find it kind of interesting seeing which ones people like the most. I'll also post a link for Identical right down below so you can easily find and order a copy for yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.